Hello and welcome to the More Cheese Less Whiskers.com podcast. My name is Dean Jackson, and today we're talking with Matt Mueller from Bergen County, New Jersey, who works with a franchise operation called School of Rock. And you may remember seeing the movie School of Rock years ago. Well, it's kind of a music-based after-school program franchise for kids, kind of based on that idea. It's a great program. I love the concept. Matt is an enthusiastic student of marketing and wants to really do the best thing for their operation here, to grow it, to expand, to get new students. And what we found in talking about it is that this is a business that is very sort of back end, after unit oriented. The real goal is to get to 200 people who are recurring monthly members of the School of Rock program and will stay forever and ever and ever. So we talked about some really bootstrap marketing opportunities, including offering a way for the existing students to refer other students. And then we talked about some longevity things and how to really kind of expand the offerings that they can offer. And sometimes if you've got a business that's very after unit oriented, sometimes the best way to continue to grow is to really tap into the existing people that you have to kind of make and create a culture of referrals within it so that it grows organically on its own. Often people are initially interested in how do we go out and create a before unit strategy here, but sometimes an after unit strategy, if you have the opportunity, is the way to go. So we talked about that. We talked about the psychology of how to apply these things. And I think you're going to enjoy this episode. So here we go.
Matt Mueller.
Dean Jackson. Good morning, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. I've followed you and Joe out here for a while, so it's great to connect with some marketing methods.
Well, it's all very exciting. So, tell me, where are you calling from?
Sure, I'll try to give you a pinpoint location. So I'm in a suburb of New York City, Bergen County, New Jersey. Are you familiar with it?
Bergen County, Park Ridge.
So I'm in Hillsdale, which is by Paramus or Ridgewood or Park Ridge or any of those towns.
Kinchleys. That's the place to
Kinchleys
go.
Pizza.
You're in Park Ridge. That's right.
Now, Kinchleys Pizza is actually about 2 miles from the Waldwick School of Rock, and that's actually why we're on the call today. So this is all great.
Well, there we go. When I come up to visit, we'll have to stop by the School of Rock. My college, I have a college buddy that lives in Park Ridge, and so I know about Bergen County. So that's awesome.
Perfect.
So, tell me about what you've got going on. I love this whole idea of the School of Rock. So tell me what this is all about.
100%. I'll give you just 30 seconds background on myself just to preface it, if it's all right. I'm what would almost describe myself as like a serial salesperson, where I've sold for a lot of different companies and kind of really enjoyed the salesperson consultant role and kind of run away from the manager managing a team role of responsibility, if that makes sense. So I enjoy the sales process. I enjoyed marketing. I did a brief stint selling Tony Robbins seminars. I've sold business-to-business printing supplies. I've rented real estate apartments, have a real estate license. I've done a lot of things. That's what I'm trying to say. And peeking behind the School of Rock has been interesting for me. Have you heard the term FINO before? FINO?
FINO. I have not.
It's something it's what's called a franchise in name only. Have you come up across that?
I like that idea. So it's similar to, tell me what the concept is, because it maybe sounds similar to what I talk about with syndication, but tell me what that means.
What I mean by a franchise in name only is the franchise model, as I describe it, in School of Rock is a franchise, right? There's a couple of corporately owned schools, but primarily they're individually owned and operated. And my idea typically of a franchise is you open a McDonald's, your product is a Big Mac, and your product is the same at pretty much every location. So your job as a manager or a business owner is to kind of run the business and not focus on the product side because the corporation took care of the product. The product is the same at every place. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Now, the School of Rock, like our product is our unique teachers teaching students, running a unique band where we put on a unique show. So in my mind, it's a franchise in name only because every school has unique teachers. Every school has unique students. Every school is kind of running their own show. So the franchise model, like it might have some ties into like a Remax model where, they're franchised, but they're different. I don't know. And the thing I'm trying to figure out is the school I'm working with is owned by a couple truckers who are a little bit hands off, and a general manager who's running the place great as a music manager, but they're not doing a ton of marketing. So I'm coming in here as someone who's done with some marketing and really trying to help grow the business from where it's at about 70 to 100 students, to getting it back to 150 to 180. I'm going to cut off there to not ramble too long.
Okay, I get it. So most of the time, like what I've observed with franchises is that they are what I would call usually during unit operational franchises, right? Where what you're buying is the model for running a business that gets a result that you deliver to your clients, where they primarily don't have any sort of support or people are left on their own is in the marketing and in the relationship building and all of that kind of stuff, the before unit and the after unit of it. So it sounds very similar. It sounds like they give you, here's the operating manual, here's the branding, here's the ways to do it, the guidelines and everything, kind of how to run the franchise. And then you are on your own to try and kind of build it and get clients. Does that sound like what you're facing?
I would say that's pretty spot on. And
okay.
I would say, and corporate helps us out to give us about 10 leads a month. But that's not enough to really get to the numbers we need to be. So that's why I'm hoping, I'm on the call today to figure out some strategies, whether they're lead generation, whether it's working with other businesses in the area. So.
I gotcha. So walk me through the model real quick. So you have 70 to 100 students. Is it a monthly membership? Is it how does it work? So
we've got our typical student is coming to lessons once a week. So it's a monthly fee, and the cost is about $329. Okay, per month, $329. From there, about half our students will also join one of our bands, where that cost jumps from $329 to $355. There's a very small upsell from lessons only to the program with the lessons and the band, which in my opinion is a great value. I think our lessons only is a little bit overpriced.
Right.
So, one thing I might consider as a possible marketing test, maybe bringing that lesson only price down. I've heard, I listened to, I think one of your initial calls with Joe yesterday, where you were describing the More Whiskers, More Cheese, and I want to try to make it maybe more of a no lose situation for people. Maybe they can get a money back guarantee on the first month. Something that they do a trial lesson. We give away free trial lessons as marketing, of course. Yeah. Something that they can't say no to. It's a low entry fee for the first month. You don't like it, it doesn't work out, we'll give you your money back. To try to get the barrier of entry a little bit lower, but. Those are our two price points, either $329 or $355.
Got it. And so then what is the way that you find people right now? So right now you've got 70 people paying somewhere between $329 and $355 a month.
100%. And it's the summer, so summer on summer break. They'll come back in the fall. So we'll get up to over 100, in the next month in September.
Yeah.
Primarily, we've got a couple leads that corporate sources, from the internet, from, marketing, SEO type of things. We did a food truck festival. There was a food truck festival in town. We were a sponsor of it. We played it all day and we collected some leads. So I've been, following up with those leads, trying to set trial lessons. We just don't have a systematic way of taking those leads and putting them into an autoresponder. How frequently should we call these people? How frequently should we email those people?
Right.
It's a lot of stuff that my marketing mind is trying to figure out, and I don't necessarily have direction from corporate or from a manager who's run this business successfully.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm utilizing the stuff I've come across and really being on the call because I think we need some help overall. So, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to other successful School of Rocks and figure out what we can do a little bit better,
Yeah. Okay. So that is the model, 329 or 355. Are there any other?
Yeah. I mean, we do a kids program for, 4 to 7 year olds. We charge about $160 a month. And we also do an adult program, that we charge about $160 a month for as well. Any student that wants to take an additional lesson, if somebody wants to do guitar and bass, that's going to be an extra $229 a month, and we have some students doing that as well.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, and so what's the age range? Who's your sweet spot? Your ideal?
100%. So we cater really to, I would say 6 to 18 year olds. So anyone until they've gone off to college for the most part.
Okay. And what would be the 6 to 18 is a pretty big range. If you were to do a distribution of the 100 you have right now, what would they?
Yeah,
what would the median age kind of be?
It might be 8 to 16, maybe 10 to 16.
Yeah.
There's probably less little kids and less older kids, so it's definitely probably more skewed in the middle of that range.
Right. And that's great. I mean, if you can keep somebody from that 10 to 16, that would be a great thing. How long do people typically stay?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there since April, so I've been there a couple months myself in a working role. I've been a student of the school for a little bit longer, but I would think if we sign a new student on, the chance that they stay for 6 to 8 months to a year is pretty good. And I know that we've had students with us for years. I don't know that myself, I have a great number on, the average student that we enrolled has stayed for 1 year or 2 years total or a number like that. It's something I'd probably have to dig into a little bit more myself.
Right. Okay. And that's all, this is a classic layout of the before unit, the during unit, and the after unit, so primarily the goal of a business like this is it's an after unit based business, right? Where you get into the ongoing relationship with people, right? The goal is to find what's capacity that you could, what would be full.
100%. So let's say we're operating at 100 students, charging $300 a month, bringing in $30,000, right, as a total business.
Yeah.
We could get up to 180, 200 pretty easily. So, we would love to double it. And we've got room to do that. We've got room to hire more teachers. We've got space. And there's other schools in the country that are at much higher numbers than us. And it's sometimes a struggle for us to figure out, hey, we're in Bergen County in this great market.
Yeah.
Too much competition,
really.
Or we're not doing enough marketing. What's our little thing? And, so that's why we're here.
Okay. So this is kind of a cool, really cool opportunity then, in that you're in an area where, kids are encouraged with after school programs and all the extracurriculars. Parents are very supportive of that in your area. They're
100%.
Yeah, they want to get their kids.
School systems are great here. People move here to raise their kids. This is a great place for all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that because my for kids, and they has been doing that for 30 years now, and it's always full. So that's kind of a cool. Thing. But the goal, I guess, is when you overlay. If I were looking at this and doing the analysis, I would look at your after unit and see like what's the health of this right now, and part of it is defining where does it cross over into the after unit where somebody's in maturity and ongoing. And I would say that I would put that at the 3 month mark kind of thing. I would say, that the goal would be if you could get somebody over the third month that they would continue, in perpetuity, that they would just continue going, because there's really no reason for somebody to stop. They're going to, they would continue as long as they're progressing and having fun, right?
100%.
Yeah. So it's really kind of an interesting model to kind of think about how to keep people engaged and looking forward, Do you have, when somebody joins a band, what's the sort of outcome of that? Like, it'd be really interesting to see, is joining a band part of the longevity equation?
100%. So getting students from lesson only to joining a band, and just to clarify, the way bands work is we have a venue in our School of Rock, like a little stage setup. So the typical way that joining a band works is we run about 4 shows a year, like once every school semester. So let's say we want to do like a Green Day versus Red Hot Chili Pepper show starting in September, right? We'll take some kids doing lessons, put them in that band, have them practice for 3 months, and then actually play a show in December, both at our venue and at a local venue in Teaneck, like a real music venue that real bands play at.
Sure.
And that is the School of Rock experience that really sells and keeps kids, because that's what separates us. There's a ton of places to go take a music lesson. There's a ton of teachers that can come to your home and teach you something. Very few places you can actually get on stage, play with the band, and have that experience. So us getting kids to the band level, getting them to get that experience and also get better because of how much better it immerses them in the whole thing, that's where the real buy-in happens. And that's where our super fans are created. Any super fan we have is in our band. That's the goal of School of Rock, is to get everyone to that level for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, that's kind of a cool thing. So it's almost like they're getting out there, and if you model what the rock star life is about, kind of thing, where it's
100%. And I don't know if I can bring up this analogy, but you can only learn to play basketball. Like if you're shooting hoops in your driveway, that's kind of like practicing an instrument by yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can only really learn to play the game of basketball when you get on a court with 5 other people and you have to hold your position down and know what your space and your timing is.
Yeah.
So that's what playing in a band is. It's a whole nother level of development as a musician. And that's why we're so successful. But we're successful at the music end. We got to get successful at the marketing end. So did I answer your question well? Did I go off? Or?
Well, I'm just looking at, I'm seeing all the different, all the possibilities here, of what you're heading to. Do you have, do you do any video showcasing, or do you help them kind of set up a YouTube channel, or?
No, not there's I have so many ideas that we just quite haven't had the bandwidth for. I think we should do a lot of things. I think, when we have a show out in September, like a kids go to the music venue, we should be taking some type of professional video of them. Maybe it's just one song, tagging all those kids and posting it to Facebook or whatever, so that their friends can see their cool friend in the band, maybe get a little jealous and say, hey, I want to do that. Try to use the kids as our stars, as our promotional tool. Maybe do like a Waldwick School of Rock YouTube channel, where we do like a bio on our teachers and introduce them, and they do like a free lesson on their favorite song or something.
Right.
Maybe we create a video about the School of Rock where every free trial comes in. We email that to them before they come in, so they're excited to come in, and then we have a post follow-up series of here's why you should enroll and student stories. Like, I have all these ideas. I don't quite have the time or the bandwidth to get these things going, but so I don't want to ramble too much, but those are some of the ideas I was thinking about.
Right. Okay, neat. So I think then, because that would all help with the kind of organic marketing of it, that if these kids are in the band sharing their YouTube channel, and in the background is the School of Rock sound stage logo, the whole of the lower thirds, there's lots of opportunity there that they're being showcased, kind of thing, as an opportunity. Let's talk about how you get people initially. Like, what's your best strategy to kind of spend money to find somebody right now? If you were, do you have a
did you say best
predictable way?
Did you say best strategy to spend money to get people?
Yeah,
I think the issue is the school hasn't been super profitable for so long that I think the original owners are very hands off, and just not so involved in day to day that they don't even realize they need to be marketing. I'm just being honest. They've got like a trucking background. They're more like hands-on technical people than they are overview people. So, I've been talking with Postcard Mania. You familiar with them down in Florida?
I am. Yeah.
And, I think they might be a good approach, to spend maybe $3,000 and do a postcard test on, to try to get some new students. And that's the type of thing I want to approach the owners with. Do you think that could potentially be a good ROI for the business? I'm trying to figure out
before I would jump into that, I would look at figuring out what's going to be the thing that could the offer that's going to work, right? Because a postcard's just a distribution method of getting right to the people that you want. But
our basic method of just getting people in the door is to offer the cheese of a free trial lesson, right? So that's our upfront offer. That's the cheese, right? Free trial lesson. You got nothing to lose. Come on and check out the school. And anytime I get like an inbound email from our marketing team, my subject line typically is, "Would you like a free music lesson in Walvick School of Rock?" Like something direct to the point. And everyone emails me back like, "Sure, Matt." So that initial getting them in, I'm good with. I guess it's more the making sure we show them a great experience up front and kind of having a path to enroll them to success, and maybe defining what success as a music student looks like, maybe asking the parents, maybe asking the kids, what do you want to accomplish in 3 months, and ensuring that we hit those goals so that somebody stays on long term, right? If we as the parent or the teacher don't know exactly what the expectation is, how can we necessarily deliver that result? So that's something I think we could help get better on too.
Yeah, like right now, this is probably the time we're coming into here, in that it's back to school. This is the time when they're probably looking for after school things. But excuse me, one thing that might be a really easy way to do something is, do you ever do any referral type marketing with students who are already enrolled, could give a free lesson to one of their friends?
We tried a bring a friend program once, where just you kind of bring a friend to a lesson. What I'd like to do is maybe a one-up offer to that is, invite all our super students that have been at the school a long time. If you refer a friend, you bring a friend, maybe you get a free month of lessons yourself. Like, that's worth $300. Like, try to incentivize them. Maybe you get, like something that's of real value.
Right.
To try to encourage that, because there's so much revenue on the back end. If we get a new customer that stays with us for a year, that we can give away. Like, I've even thought about giving away a month of free lessons instead of a one free trial lesson, because then you really get somebody in the school. They like it. Then they don't want to stop. As opposed to a one-off. And I don't know if the school wants to do that, corporate wants to do that, but I think you could play with a lot of the model and improve it to where it's easier for people to say yes to, right? That's what you want to eliminate, is the roadblock,
Right. Well, you look at it that this is where I go with this often, is thinking that when you don't have money to like proactively market, what you have is sometimes like excess capacity, right? So if you've got, are the instructors salaried, or are they?
The instructors are hourly, and it's a much smaller hourly wage for the instructor than it is for the person paying. So we can afford to almost pay the instructor for a month.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When you look,
what I'm saying, take it as a loss if it doesn't work out, because 6 out of 10 people we give the free trial month to will enroll, or whatever the numbers work out to.
Right. So now you're on to something, that if that is if that's a thing, then, and that's true, then I always say that sometimes it's less expensive to get the result for somebody than it is to convince them to give you money to get the result. Meaning that whatever it costs you, let's say it costs you, $50 or $60 to give somebody a month of
lessons, right?
Lessons, yeah, that's your real cost on it. That can be less expensive than the marketing campaign to convince somebody to give you $329 for it, initially.
100%. I'm with you. 100%.
Yeah, and if you know that 6 out of 10 are going to continue on, then you win. That's really a great way to do it. Now, that's kind of an opportunity. People are fresh start sorts of things, where it could be back to school is one opportunity for that. Christmas is an opportunity for that, and New Year is an opportunity for that. But there's maybe looking from an orchestrated opportunity here of, now that it's going back to school, people are going to be talking about, what different after-school programs are doing. And this might be a great opportunity for kids to give their friend a free month at School of Rock. Why don't you come for a month with us?
I'm with you.
And that could be, right, that could be but it's an interesting thing if you kind of, look at that as a multiplier strategy. Like when I look at the after unit, the thing that we're measuring is your return on relationship. Meaning you've got 100 students right now, plus or minus 70 to 100, whatever it is. And right now what we're looking for is the metrics that are going to drive this for us, right? Like, so it's going to be, one metric would be keeping people longer. That would be, retention. But the other thing is referrals. That how many people are the people who are already there bringing into the School of Rock.
I'm with you. Kind of leverage the relationships we have with our raving fans, so to speak, because it's unique that we actually have people that are repeat customers coming back to us all the time that we've known for years that really like us. Not every business or not every franchise has that. It's a unique model with a repeat customer base. I'm totally with you.
That's exactly right. And so it's almost like then, if you were to put together a little letter or package to send to the, your 100 and give them, 3, I've used different examples of this, but call them golden tickets, where somebody can give 3 friends, the opportunity to come. That would be that could be a big win.
I'm with you. Leveraging the relationships. It all comes back to relationships.
Yeah.
No, but for the most part, no matter what business you're in, relationships always.
Yeah,
I love it.
well, absolutely. And so that's the way that referrals happen anyway, right? It's the opportunity.
I'm with you. I want to run one more thing. There's a couple schools or other businesses like there's a math teaching school called Mathnasium by us, and they've approached us as trying to do a little B2B marketing to each other's customer base, right? They email out an offer to our customer base, we email out an offer to their customer base, hoping to give away some lessons, attract some students.
Yeah.
Do you have a recommended verbiage or model on how to approach that? Because we've toyed with the idea that, somebody comes and drops off a couple pamphlets at our business, we drop off pamphlets at their business, but that doesn't go anywhere, right? There needs to be some type of systematic way where you email people, you give something away to kind of make that more effective. Any thoughts on that? Or
so part of the thing about looking for those type of synergies with other businesses is to kind of look this is all part of getting the lifetime relationship with people. It's looking at what are the adjacencies to your business that are going to be, the equivalent, or that are going to be sort of complementary, or that they're doing. Like when you look at, if you think about School of Rock, that it might be a natural thing to have. I'll just throw some out, but the first thing that comes to mind is like getting rock star hairstyles, or getting the right clothes, or getting
yes,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like things that are going to amplify their experience.
Okay. I'm with you.
Then, but other kind of things, if part of the philosophy of it is, first kind of thing that's kind of the cool thing. It's cool to be smart, a smart musician kind of thing, right? If you're thinking about the math sense as a way of kind of, getting ready for counting and understanding your contracts and your royalties when you're a real rock star, that you make it cool that math is going to be a valuable thing for them. That would be a nice tie-in for the Mathnasium,
I'm with you. So let's say there was a hair salon, right? And they were like, get a rocking haircut. And we were, is there some way to form a relationship where maybe we give away like a free haircut lesson for their
right? That's the whole thing,
and
where
they give away something back and forth, and we try to form be a rock star here and at this place too, and try to work with a bunch of local businesses that maybe we just pick one up. We get one hair salon, one this, one that. I don't know.
Yes, I think that's all part of it. It's all part of building your. If you kind of are the mayor of that category, all these other businesses none of them are really thinking about what else is going on adjacent to them. Yeah. Do you sell instruments?
We don't sell instruments. We do a little minor setup work, but I've thought about selling instruments or picks, or maybe even approaching a company to store some musical stuff in there as a sideline.
Right, but who does in
Guitar Center,
Bergen County? Yeah, who does that?
Tricky though. They just started giving lessons, so that might not be a relationship we can work.
Okay. Okay, so are voice lessons included in the services that you offer, or?
100%. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got all of those kind of things, the technical lesson stuff, but you were on the right path of what's all completely involved in the rock star life. It's the clothes and the hair and the instruments and do you teach them, or I guess you provide services for recording and all of that stuff?
A little bit. We've got some sideline recording stuff. Just haven't quite had the students or the bandwidth to really get that up and running as far as like the demand level yet. But that's all there. We've got the capacity to do it all.
Yeah, and that might be something. That might be an interesting thing of putting together. Part of the thing for them to look forward to is the band looking forward to recording their mini album, their EP or something, or where they're looking forward to, recording their cover songs, or their even teaching songwriting to maybe write their original stuff. It's kind of, getting them involved in this ecosystem of it being an ongoing thing,
100%.
Yeah. So that's all, that's all kind of after unit based stuff. And it feels like if you had that opportunity for the kids to, give away, offer a free month for someone, especially now as back to school, it would really be just a letter with 3 golden tickets and you make it look like it's a valuable,
like a Willy Wonka thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Make it look like a valuable thing that they get to give away. They get to give these.
Okay, makes sense.
And it seems like it would be a very kind of low risk way to grow.
Very small loss leader for the potential return. 100%.
Absolutely. But I think that part of those things, if you're looking that way, is almost like if you were doing, even as before stuff, almost like a reality show. Do some live videos from the, like, what's it actually like at School of Rock if you're in a band kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be? What would that look like? Because you wonder are there really are any of the bands that are playing, are they surprisingly good, or is it? You be the judge. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we do a surprise. The kids put on a surprisingly digestible show after 3 or 4 months of practicing. So it's definitely something where we can use that as a marketing tool. It's a great idea to do a live video from a practice sometime. Hey, here we are, School of Rock. I'd love to do even like a live video walk-in from our school. Like as a YouTube video where kind of you approach the school from the outside, right? You walk in, you meet the manager, you meet the crazy front desk person, you check in with everybody giving lessons, you do this, something. So that type of thing,
I think it was really an interesting thing. I saw an interview with Scooter Braun, Jim Scooter Braun is the guy that manages and discovered Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Okay, so he found Justin on YouTube, and when he discovered him, then he kind of developed him through that YouTube into, being a big superstar. So where are we at right now then? If we talk about the executable kind of strategies we can use here.
I think executable strategies would be, potentially see if we can consider going to our super fans to give them some golden tickets of a 1 month off strategy to, refer a friend, give their friend a month and earn themselves a free month. Potentially try to leverage some live video.
I don't even think part of the thing about the incentivized thing is I don't think that you
need to give a free month of lessons to them.
No,
it's just the idea of giving it to their friends.
That's exactly right. They win because
my manager's going to like that a lot better then.
Yeah. No. I think that's the thing. You don't have to incentivize referrals because they're not doing it as a favor for you. They're doing it as a favor for their friend, and that's where the reward is going to come. Is that they want their
right?
Yeah,
and typically people like giving referrals too. Like where if you recommend a good movie somebody saw, right? Like, hey Dean, check out this great movie. I'm telling you because I like you, right? It's the friendship type of thing. So
that's exactly right.
It also elevates our students a little bit more with some cool some cool power. Like, hey, pick 3 of your friends and give away some music lessons. You've been one of our best rock stars for the past year.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Helps them become a little bit more loyal too. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Like that whole thing. And then, when you start looking at it, that your goal is that if you can create this 30-day experience that once somebody comes in for their free month, that they, that 6 out of 10 of them continue on and that they refer somebody.
Right.
If you start setting that as your objective for the that makes the economics of it work even better, that it's self-perpetuating that way.
Yeah, and I think it's a new focus for us where, not to just be it, but, a lot of teachers just go day to day. Students come in, they teach them. There's not always a proactive focus on, I have a new student, I have to keep this student for a month or 6 months, And
right.
I think having a focus of making sure we're giving somebody the best possible customer experience in the first month where you blow them away and you keep them, and it's good for the customer, it's good for the business owner, it's good for the teacher, and everybody wins. Makes a lot of sense. So,
it's kind of an interesting, so I'm just thinking like how you could model the real rock star sort of calendar in a way, right? Like if you think, how often do you do the shows?
We do them typically like 4 times a year, like once per season,
Okay. So maybe the first, how often is it, how long does it take somebody to find? Wow.
Welcome to North Jersey. At least we're back in Manhattan, right?
Okay, right. Are they, how long is it before somebody joins a band, typically?
It's a good question. I mean, I think it depends. It's a little unique because every student's unique. But maybe 6 months.
Okay.
So
maybe when
sooner.
You look at the goals, if you look at the development of an artist, right, it's like maybe they get the 6 months is getting to the point where they get good enough to get selected to be part of a band.
Right.
So that maybe that's the thing that they're looking forward to is the band selection is part of your progress in this. Hey, congratulations. You're you're eligible, to be part of this band. Then when a new band forms, then they're likely to continue because they can't let the band down. Imagine that the retention within a band format is higher than the individuals. Right.
100%. Our bands do end though every couple months. You know what I'm saying?
Your what's that?
Like our bands will end every couple months though. Like if we let's say if we have a Green Day band that's practicing now for December, we put on a show for December, we'll probably flip the calendar to run another type of show and reorganize the kids a little bit.
I gotcha.
But no, I mean I'm with you because I mean the retention of anyone that gets in our band programs is huge, and it's really unique. It's really unique to this business model. There's very few businesses I've looked behind, that have all these auto build customers at a pretty decent chunk.
Yeah,
pretty much going to come back on day one.
Yeah, I was looking at that thing of the of looking forward to that the band is there, and then not that the showcase is the end, but it becomes that maybe out of that they get the live CD, or their live album that comes out of it.
Oh, and Dean, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Dean, we have what's called a house band, which is our elite students. So that's where the promotion could happen. That's like the top pinnacle, and those students actually get to go across the country and tour with School of Rock on like a summer tour thing.
Oh wow! Yeah.
We didn't get our group together this year just because I don't think we had as quite of an A-list cast, and our enrollment's a little bit down. But last summer we had it, and hopefully we'll be back next summer. So I like your idea of taking somebody from a progression where come in new, they get promoted to one band, they get promoted to another band, and now you've joined the elite house band. And our house band members don't really leave us; those are the people we have forever. So
right.
Okay,
that would be kind of a cool thing. Do you know? I think there's something about a YouTube strategy for this as well, with some local targeting in New Jersey or in Bergen County kind of thing.
Right.
Are you familiar with Voice Avenue?
No, it's a new term or a new thing to me.
Well, Voice Avenue is a band, and
okay, cool.
They started out. They're like, I think, a really amazing case study in this. In that they started out as a cover band, and they would do what was really kind of brilliant is they would take the really popular song of the moment, like whatever's really popular right now, top of the charts, and then they would do a really stripped down, almost not acoustic, but a minimal version cover of that song right at the peak when you're most interested in that song, but it's at the point where you're just about to lose interest in it. You know what I mean? You've heard it a lot, and you love the song, and then here comes this really neat, built this audience.
Okay.
And they've got, I don't know how many subscribers they have now, millions, and they're one of the top YouTube things. They make. Last I saw was about $5 million a year. Based on that foundation of being really good, but doing
the popular stuff,
yeah, and then they would use that audience then as an opportunity to now when they did original songs, it's like here's these really cool things. Now we know them, and this is why things like American Idol work so well, is that you get to know the artist by their interpretation of the songs you already know and like.
Right.
Nobody's looking for new music, just sort of thing. When we're in the car and we're on, going through the radio, you're looking for songs that you know. You're looking for your favorite songs, right?
Yeah, something that's going to develop an emotional reaction, which is typically something that from your past,
Yes. And then when you see this person, now you've got a context for how good they are by how well they did the song that you already like, Now, once they subscribe and they're used to you, then they were able to bring in the original material. And that was really how they built the foundation. But anyway, how that could fit, one of the strategies for you is could be helping people, start their YouTube experience. If there's a school like, there's a school of rock equivalent for the school of audio and video production kind of thing, that might be a nice alignment, right? Like Mathnasium, instead of just the math, if there's ones that teach video and video editing, that they could learn to, video record and edit videos and create YouTube channels for the School of Rock performers kind of thing. And that may be an interesting adjunct, something that you could do.
Yeah, and if I could,
your current facility, if somebody could teach kids how to do video production and editing.
I'm with you. And along those same lines, I've thought that we should get like an instructor house band together, where maybe every month, let's say, if we don't want to put too much on ourselves, we do a popular cover of the month. And it showcases our instructors doing a popular song so that, hey, I get to know the instructors, I get to know the song, I want to go check this place out. And it becomes a way that, every month there's something new coming out from us. And, I think we need more kind of grassroots type stuff that builds over time with that.
Well, that way they get to idolize because it puts the instructors
on a pedestal,
it puts them, that these kids get to aspire to being like those kids. They don't know the difference between, mainstream celebrity and manufactured celebrity,
And is there a difference today? But that's a whole nother topic.
There really isn't. I mean, no, right? I mean, look at all these YouTube stars. YouTube stars are the celebrities. There's more kids who know the YouTube stars than TV stars, for sure.
It's nuts. And what's going on with YouTube, not to ramble on the guitar thing too long, but have you heard of what's called the Van Halen effect? This might be an interesting marketing thing for you to just take into. Have you heard the Van Halen effect before?
No, tell me.
Van Halen, guitar player, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen, the guitar players describe what's called the Van Halen effect, where every guitar player, when Van Halen came out, 1981 or whatever it was, put on the album and literally fell back in their chair and had no idea how Eddie was playing anything. Like Eruption and all that tapping and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He was like the next Jimi Hendrix on the next level, where literally he changed the way people approach the instrument. People had never heard anything like that. And so that was the Eddie Van Halen effect. What's going on with the YouTube effect is there's a lot of what's quote unquote famous YouTube musicians nowadays that don't have a band, have never played anywhere, but have millions of views of them just playing over a backing track in their bedroom, and they're awesome. And they kind of get known and promote themselves that way. So what I mean by the YouTube effect is you almost have new guitar players introducing people to a different style they've never heard before, kind of like the Van Halen effect, and YouTube has allowed artists to get the word out. So the long point of that is YouTube and those channels are allowing people to share themselves and in a different way, but also bringing new things to the table because information is getting out there so quickly. It's a long point, but I really think the Van Halen effect is interesting the more I think about it.
Well,
does that make sense?
There's a guy on YouTube. I think if you do a search on 401 Drummer,
Okay.
that this guy is a really great drummer, but he does remixes of popular songs. Like he did a really great, like where he broke out was he did a Lady Gaga song. Like
Yep.
he did a rock remix of Let's Dance and Just Dance. I mean, but it's really drum heavy, and it's just the camera on him in his drum kit. Really, it's well lit, kind of well
Produced,
kind of stuff. But it's really like a drum centric approach to that.
I'm with you. I like it.
Keeping people engaged in something, I think really helps.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay. Well, I think we had some pretty good evil schemes there. I think for sure the easiest, lowest hanging fruit would be the golden tickets.
I'm 100%. I'm with you, and I think improving some of our customer experience, maybe doing some self-marketing. One quick question. We got to a point last month where we decided to stop paying the cleaning people $300 a month to clean the place, right?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna start paying the cleaning people again. Should we take that money and instead put that to a company like Postcard Mania or something? Because it isn't getting more customers in more important than cleaning the place. Like I think sometimes we have our money budget not in the right place, and I don't want to go over our time too much, but
right. No, I think that the way that you want to kind of look at it, that the best thing you can do right now is encourage and facilitate your current students bringing in new people. That could easily get you to 200.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're going to find people like them,
100%. Build a whole cult. Well, Dean, I really appreciate the time. I've had a couple interesting breakthroughs. If you ever do make it to North Jersey, I will take you out to Kinchley's, and you got a treat on me. Feel free to stop by the School of Rock in Waldwick anytime you're out here. Okay.
Thanks so much, Matt.
All right, appreciate it, Dean. Thanks so much.
And there we have it. Another great episode. I always love hatching evil schemes. Sorry we had a little bit of some audio difficulties there, but I think you got the big idea here. And one of the things, of course, that we talked about is orchestrating referrals and using your after unit as an opportunity there. And one of the things that I've really been focused on is how do we really use the psychology of what's going on when people refer to really move that in the direction of being able to orchestrate referrals. So we don't just kind of serendipitously let them happen. And I've got a great report on this at gettingreferrals.com. It's based in real estate, where I say, it's the secret psychology of how to, of why people refer real estate agents and how to be the only one they refer. But here's the secret, is that you could replace real estate agents with chiropractors or financial advisors or anything, whatever it is that you do. The secret psychology of why people refer anyone is what we're really talking about in that report. And this conversation kind of brought that up for me. And you can get a copy of that at gettingreferrals.com. If you want to see where perhaps the biggest opportunity for your business is, go to profitactivatorscore.com and try our Profit Activator scorecard. It'll take you through a series of questions that will help you identify where the big opportunity is for you, where you're sort of have the biggest room for improvement, and where your great strengths are. It's very enlightening for you to have this kind of assessment to see where you stand. So that's it for this week. If you want to continue the conversation, you can go to morecheeselesswhiskers.com. You can download a copy of the More Cheese Less Whiskers book. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, just click on the Be a Guest link, and that will tell me a little bit about your business, and then we can get together and hatch some evil schemes for you. That's it for this week. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next time.